up, nation? I hope you're having an awesome Monday. If you are not, this will be here for the next few seconds. My name is Philip DeFranco, and if you're not familiar, this is where I talk about news attached stuff and things that matter to me today. And the big thing I wanted to mention, if you did not see the Thursday show, I just launched a new channel, son. It's called SourceFed Nerd, and today is the first official day of the channel. It's where I moved the other show you guys really love, Table Talk, and it's now posted in the morning since so many people were like, oh, you posted so late. So that's there. Then there's app stuff, movie stuff, video game, cosplay, really just anything we can nerd out on. So after you watch this video, be sure to check it out and possibly subscribe today. Because if you don't, I'm gonna punch a baby in the face. Unless you're into that, in which case I will not punch a baby in the face. But that is that. I want to thank the almost 200,000 people that have already subscribed to the channel. And let's jump into the first story of the day. And nation, the first thing I want to talk about today, you probably have already heard about it. Yahoo is buying Tumblr for $1.1 billion. Cash, straight up cash money. Thank you very much. I'll have my Tumblr now, please. That's a huge deal because like when Facebook bought Instagram, they were like, okay, here's $300 million and a bunch of stock. The idea being, one, we don't want to spend that much money, and two, your success is our success, so keep busting your ass. But this, like most any change on the internet, wasn't received 100% well. I mean that, and a bunch of Tumblr users started gifting their displeasure of their favorite website being purchased. Also, a lot of young people were like, what is a Yahoo? Which I imagine a lot of Yahoo users were like, I can't get my keyboard to work. What do you mean? What's Bluetooth? Tumblr? No. What's my keyboard? Get it? Because only old people use Yahoo. Okay, but I think that's also probably the reason why Yahoo purchased them. It's a demographic that for the most part, they don't touch. And what's the easiest way to reach them? Buy a company that has 300 million unique users every month. But the question, will people leave Tumblr because they do not like this change? Well, the founder of WordPress released some numbers this morning, saying the number of people defecting from Tumblr, that being that they're moving their site to a WordPress, rose from 400 to 600 per hour to over 72,000 blogs, which should be noted as a drop in the 108 million blog bucket that is Tumblr. That may be in relation to Yahoo's track record of companies they purchase, you know, Delicious, Broadcast.com, GeoCities, and a lot of people are scared. But I think the big thing to keep in mind here is Tumblr is a whole different beast than all those other websites. And there are a few things to note. Marissa Mayer, the CEO of Yahoo, is like, we do not want to mess with what is working. The two companies are going to work completely separate. David Karp is being held on as CEO for 4 years. At the end of the day, Tumblr is only Tumblr because of the people that use it, not so much the people that, you know, run the site. That's why Facebook, Tumblr, things like this are so interesting. The product is actually people that you have to keep happy if you want them to continue using your product. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to join the 72,000 blogs that are leaving Tumblr. I love it, I love the people on it, and really I think the only reasons I would leave, if for some reason I had to link to my Yahoo account, that would be a nightmare. I don't even know. Not interested. If they start censoring images and videos for some reason, if they change the advertising model to something that's cumbersome and, you know, gets in the way, or if they do anything like what Facebook did, which, like, if I want to hit all the people that follow my Facebook fan page, I have to pay money. Thanks, ridiculous algorithm. But all in all, what I see is some creative people make a frack ton of money and, you know, they're gonna be able to grow at a faster rate. Oh, the beginning of the end of everything that makes me happy, including this David Tennant gif. He's in a glass case of emotion. And then I want to talk about the two most requested things on my Twitter. You guys were like, you have to talk about the two shows that happened last night, so here we go. One, the Billboard Awards, which I'm not that interested in. For the most part, the Billboard Awards are like, hey, you sell lots of music, you should come and get validated and then also get your viewers to watch and then we can sell advertising. It's awesome. And so it happened, and there were like 3 things that mattered to me. 1, Kesha looked like this for some reason. 2, when Justin Bieber received his Milestone Award, there were a lot of boos. Like, there were definitely fans there, but there was like a chorus of boos, so much so that it took Justin Bieber like a while to be like, what? Why are not 100% of the people cheering and then, you know, underage girls trying to get through my ridiculous pants to get to my penis? This is unusual. He then went into this whole thing about how he was an artist.
This is not a gimmick. This is not a gimmick. I'm an artist and I should be taken seriously.
And then realizing that he still had not gained the audience back, he used his trump card.
I want to thank Jesus Christ.
Because it's hard to boo Jesus. You could be saying anything and then you're like, Jesus or autism. I can't boo. It's rude. So there was that, and then the final thing about the Billboard Awards that was just amazing was Miguel. This guy's performing a song and all of a sudden he decides, I'm going to jump over the crowd, and then this happened. And people say wrestling's fake. He accidentally leg dropped that lady in the front row, which sucks. That just sucks. And so that's what mattered to me there. There was also the other big request to talk about YouTube Comedy Week. There was a live show last night. And here's the deal before I say anything else, I love YouTube. That being said, whoever was in the control room or produced the pre-show just needs to be fired. Unless they were given like 6 hours to organize things, and whoever did that before that needs to be fired. That was ridiculous. For the most part, the celebrities, that being like Todd Glass, Norm Macdonald, they just acted like they didn't give a fuck. Todd Glass acting like an above-it-all asshole pretty much the entire time until the end, where the producer's like, stop acting like an asshole. It's not cute. And then Norm Macdonald, who looked like he got stung by a bee or 100 bees or injected with butter, who played the shtick of, I don't know who the hell all these people are and I don't even understand YouTube the entire time. Meanwhile, he's acting like a dick around people that probably make more money than him, have bigger audiences than him today. Even disrespectful to the Lonely Island guys. So I think I say on part of most of the internet that watch it, go fuck yourself, Norm Macdonald. And then the rest of the show is really hit or miss. Sarah Silverman's opening bit wasn't funny, but the pre-shot stuff was funny. And that's kind of what we saw all evening. If it was live, it was kinda and if it was pre-filmed, it was awesome. Also, Kyle from Good Neighbor, fucking funny, but he's an off-humor kind of guy, so why did you make him the host? Everyone he introduced was like, this was a terrible idea. Okay. All that being said, I think Comedy Week on YouTube is going to rock. I just think the live show is pretty rough. So yeah, ask, and even though it's not gonna make me any friends, that was my opinion. And then Nation, I wanna talk about ghosts, I wanna talk about paranormal activity in general. Anytime I watch Ghost Hunters or like the million of terrible, terrible Ghost Hunter shows, I'm like, I wonder, if I set up a camera in my house, would I see ghosts? But then I don't, because I'm a grown-ass man and I have normal people things to do. But luckily there was a man with time and he set up a camera in his home, went to work, he came back and found evidence. But not evidence of paranormal activity, but of your new wife messing around with your 16-year-old son. So there was that. He then confronted his partner and she was like, no, what? Downplay, downplay, downplay. He then interrogated his son to find out that his stepmom came to his room to talk about his driving lessons. And even though they had kind of a strained relationship, that tickling led to kissing that led to having sex 3 times in the past few days. And that's when you know you've been a bad son. Like when you do something that Hallmark doesn't have an I'm sorry card for, you probably fucked up. There's no I'm sorry I had sex with my stepmom card. Yet. Hallmark. The problem for the woman in question is she not only broke the bro code and broke her vow, she broke the law because the age of consent where she lives is not 16. So miss, I like it when you call me mommy, might be going to jail. So the moral of this story is don't have sex with your stepchildren if they are also underage. Changing lives. And then I want to talk about the really big milk debate happening right now. That being because the US dairy industry is petitioning the FDA to alter the definition of milk. Before we get into what each side is arguing, here are parts of the petition. Nutrient content claims such as reduced calorie are not attractive to children, and maintain that consumers can more easily identify the overall nutritional value of milk products that are flavored with non-intrusive sweeteners if the labels do not include such claims. Further, the petitioners assert that consumers do not recognize milk, including flavored milk, as necessarily containing sugar. Milk flavored with non-nutritive sweeteners should be labeled as milk without further claims so that consumers can more easily identify its overall nutritional value. And so what some people are claiming is, oh, they won't have to include aspartame and sucralose and any other fake sweetener on the ingredients. That is not true. What this proposes and what the dairy industry wants is if they do use an artificial sweetener, they don't want to have to say no sugar added on the front or go as aspartame, which is still very concerning to many because a lot of people say they have bad reactions to the sweetener. And the people that seem to support the petition are saying, no, we're not evil. We're not trying to sneak artificial sweeteners into your food to slowly poison and get you addicted. We're doing it because we want a lot of kids to drink low-calorie milk. And when they see that it's good for them, they don't want to drink it. And because these artificial sweeteners are non-nutritional, they should be labeled as flavoring and we can put it on the back and not the front. And the reason this is a big deal right now is there is 1 day left. Federalregister.gov is asking for public comments on this petition. So if you're for or against this petition, I recommend you go to the page that I'm going to link down below and let them know what you think and why. So Nation, here's what it ultimately comes down to. A lot of the sites are misreporting this. At the end of the day, do you want to know if this is in your flavored milk, in your whatever? Because when you think about it, like right now, if something has sugar or it has corn syrup, which is just terrible for you in the product, it's not on the front, it's on the back. So with that in mind, your question of the day today, should a flavored milk, let's say chocolate milk, have to be listed as a low-calorie chocolate milk? Should there be anything on the front that differentiates it from something else with like real sugar? I try to stay away from artificial sweeteners these days, so I want it labeled on the front. But that's my personal opinion. I want to know why. What's in something? I think it's a bad idea to just not mention like big key things that just go to the straight end result. That's like saying in the 1800s, America's economy was booming. And then in very, very tiny text at the end, it's like, because slavery existed. Ugh. Remember to possibly be pelted with $50 worth of stuff from ForHumanPeoples.com. Leave a comment down below, join the conversation. Maybe while you're at it, hit the like button, favorite it. Also remember to check out my new channel, SourceFed Nerd. That's where I'm posting Table Talk, which I'm on today, 3 other awesome videos. Join the almost 200,000 people who have given it a chance. Check it out, it's gonna be awesome. I say awesome because I think it is. But Nation, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I love yo faces and I'll see you tomorrow.